What's up, guys? Callum from Action Backers here. Hope you're having a great start to your week. It's Tuesday, October 22nd. Baseball playoffs are in full swing. Obviously, last Saturday night we had the crazy walk-off with the Astros, and the World Series is kicking off tonight. Astros and Nationals should be a good series. Let me know who you're excited about. I think I'm cheering for the Nationals, but I'm just hoping for a good series, realistically. But that's not why we're here. Let's talk some NHL. So we are 20 days into the season now, so 3 weeks into the season, and things are going really well. As you can see here, our profit right now, so our members, they're up 15 units. Free guys, we're right at 500, a little bit of profit. I feel bad. I'm trying to do something for you guys. It's not intentional. It's just the way it's been going. Literally, when I make my picks of the day, I send them to my members, and then of the picks, if it's 2 or 4 or however many picks, I literally just randomly pick one, and it's just been luck of the draw that unfortunately we've hit a run of tough luck with the free picks. So I'm hoping we can pick those up again and make you guys a little bit more cash. If you have a better way that you would like me to do that for the free picks, let me know in the comments. I'm curious. I've thought of using like a randomizer or looking for like the best value of the day or something like that. But I do want to be mindful that my best value I really want to share for the members, because they deserve that for the support and everything like that. It's nothing against you guys with the free picks. Obviously, I love you too and want to hook you up. But my best stuff needs to go to the members. Anyways, with that being said, you can see here, really since the 10th of October, we've started to hit our stride, and that's where the majority of our profits been made. And I'm really excited about that. We the model's starting to hum along, and things are getting sorted. So Saturday night we had a big night. I took 4 really big dogs. The average odds were like plus 140. So if we go to Saturday. That's the 19th here. You can see we had, St. Louis versus Montreal. We took Montreal at plus 128. We took Pittsburgh against Vegas at 111. Colorado against Tampa Bay at 179. And Florida at Nashville at 142. Montreal won handily. Colorado won handily. They spanked Tampa Bay like 6-2. And Florida, they were up 2-0. And they ended up blowing the lead and coming back and winning a shootout, thankfully. So the only loss on that night was Pittsburgh, and that was our biggest favorite. They're all underdogs, but that was we were only getting plus 111, so we really maximized our value. If you could take 3 or 4, we got the 3 or 4 that we really wanted, and we made almost 4 units on the night. Obviously, the next night on Sunday, it didn't go as we had hoped. If anyone was following along on Twitter, I was trying to tweet out the game. So Montreal, they were up on a pretty bad Minnesota team who's been in the news a lot lately with some comments that their players made. So you could kind of see this coming, that they were going to come up and they sort of had to put up or shut up. Montreal got out to a lead. They were up, and then they got into some penalty trouble, and Minnesota ended up scoring two power play goals. One of them came on a 4-minute power play. So that's the way it goes. Montreal loses by a goal. Can't do anything about that. And then Edmonton versus Winnipeg was a phenomenal game. It was 0-0, lots of chances, went to overtime. McDavid had a breakaway in overtime, couldn't score. They had a couple 2-on-1s, couldn't score. And eventually went to a shootout. So I say this all the time. If we're going to be betting on an underdog, so we got Edmonton at plus 117. If we're betting on an underdog and they're going to go to overtime or a shootout, we'll take that bet all day long. That's essentially doing a coin flip with plus money, right? So like if we make this bet over and over again, if they go to overtime or a shootout 100 times, we're going to make money. So I'm not sad about that. It's just we were on the wrong side of the luck on Sunday. And then last night we came back with another pretty good night. So we took Philly on money line. We got them at plus odds before Vegas announced that their backup Oscar Dansk was playing, so that was nice. Hopefully, you guys members, you got in nice and early. And then our free pick of the night one, big dog again with Columbus. I hate betting against the Leafs just because the Leafs are my favorite team, and they're good and they can hurt you in a heartbeat. They can score just at will. Kind of an interesting game where Columbus jumped out to an early 2-0 lead. Thought it was in the bag, and then the Leafs came roaring back. It was also interesting because both teams scored a shorthanded goal, which you don't really see that often. Is kind of a rarity. So that was kind of interesting. And then a little bit of a controversial end in overtime. There was a penalty shot called actually in overtime, and Columbus won it. But like they say, they don't ask how, they ask how many. And we'll take the plus 177 there. So our free guys made a nice profit on the night. Our paid guys, we again essentially covered our 2 losses from Sunday night, and we're making lots of profits. So just to break it down, because I know lots of guys are betting different amounts, to show sort of like what our profit translates to. So if you're betting $10 a game. Currently, you'd be profiting around $150. At 15, you'd be profiting around $225. And then in green here, these are where most of the guys I talk to, this is where most people are betting. So they're betting somewhere between $25 and $100 a game. So you can see your profit right now, 20 days in, is between $375 and $1,500. If you're betting $100 a game, you're making lots of money, which is awesome. And then of course some guys have bigger bankrolls, few that I've talked to, and so if you're betting $500 or even $1,000 a game, then you're making some serious bank so far. So it's going really well. Our ROI at 25% is right where I like to see it. It's actually a little bit higher than I was even expecting last year. Our ROI fluctuated between like 13 on the low end, and then on the high end it was like 22. So we're actually exceeding that a little bit. So happy with our ROI, and things keep going. And as I say, the model, as the season goes on, it's going to get better and better because it's learning and it's taking recent stats into consideration. It's not just looking back at last season's stats and a few other things. So I'm really pleased with the model, and I'm really pleased with the support, guys. I've got a lot of new Twitter followers, so if you start following on Twitter, just want to say thank you. What's up? How's it going? Feel free to interact, ask me questions. And I just want to keep going with this. One thing I do want to say, so a few videos back, maybe in September, when I was showing you guys the model, I mentioned that the model was going to be, I was going to make my model available for sale. And I did for a while, but then unfortunately a few bad apples ruined it for the rest of people. So I did have a few people try and scam me, where they essentially tried to purchase the model and then resell it as their own, and a few other shady things. Unfortunately for them, fortunate for me, they weren't smart enough to make a copy first, so I saw what they were trying to do, shut them down. I refunded them their money because I'm not going to take someone's money, but that sort of put a bad taste in my mouth, and just the hard work that I've put into this, and the trust that our members and our free guys and people on Twitter have put in me. I don't want to have someone take this and try and pass it off as their own, or do something where they start scamming people or anything like that. So I think it's just better that I'm going to keep the model myself. As always, and if you've seen the YouTube comments, I'm happy to answer questions. Love talking about it. I'll do more videos on it, how I went about it, but I'm not just going to hand the keys over to someone. Unfortunately, it sucks, but that's the way it is. But again, if you want my picks, like I said, it's only $100 a month. So even if you're only betting $10 a game, you're already up $50 for the month. So that's not terrible. And you can get them, sign up down below. But really, I just want to interact with you guys. I love talking hockey. Let me know what you want to see in future videos. And I really appreciate the support. Free guys, I'm going to wait to hear from you guys on if there's something else you want me to do for how I determine which picks are free, because I want to get this number up. It was going well in the first week of the season, and then it's sort of just been up and down ever since. And I want to get you guys growing a little bit, because I really do appreciate your support. So let me know if there's a better way you want me to do this for the free picks. Remember, guys, just keep going up. Keep at it. I'll keep emailing you and sending you pics on Twitter, just as I have been, and I really, really appreciate your guys' support. Hopefully, you've been happy with the service so far. I've been making money on the bets. I know you guys have been making money on the bets, and that's what it's all about. So let's keep making some money. Let's have a good week. Last thing for sticking around, I do have a pick I'll give out for free. So tonight we like Anaheim. So the goalies, some of the goalies have been confirmed, and I'm just checking on my phone. They haven't all been confirmed yet, but it looks like Gibson's going to go for Anaheim and Rinne's going to go for Nashville. I love John Gibson. I think he might be the best goalie in the league. The team in front of him it's not super strong, and defensively they're just a disaster. But they can score some goals. But he's bar none. And I was lucky enough, I got to watch him play a lot when he was in junior, when he was playing in Kitchener. Watched him a ton. So been following him for quite a few years now, and he's a really solid goalie. He's unbelievable. And Nashville hasn't been the powerhouse this year so far that they have been as of late. So right now we can get them for 145, Anaheim, the money line. And we have them still as a slight, we have them at 46% to win, but realistically we have them, they should be somewhere around 118. So we're making, that's almost 30 cents of value that we're making there. So we're going to take the odds here. And that's an important thing. I've been trying to stress this on Twitter, and I know I made tons of videos about this in the past, but these picks are about value. So I'm taking a lot of teams, and if we go back and look, like a lot of these games, I sent out a tweet 2 weeks ago maybe when I took Ottawa over Tampa Bay. I don't necessarily, and that bet happened to win, which is nice, but a lot of these picks, I don't necessarily think they're going to win the game. Obviously, in some cases, when we have a favorite that's an undervalued favorite, of course I think they're going to win the game. But, for instance, Columbus last night, I only had them at 46% to win the game. I thought Toronto was going to win the game, but at this value at 177, if you make this bet in the long run, you're going to make money, okay? And it happened to work out for us in this instance. So for people new to the channel, new to my Twitter, you need to understand I'm not just picking who I think is going to win the game. That would be foolish. And I don't have a crystal ball or anything like that. So that's what it's based around. So yes, I do still think Nashville is a slight favorite tonight. However, given the price of Anaheim and given the way the season's gone so far, I like Anaheim tonight in the spot. So take Anaheim. If you can get them like 140 or better, you're good. The line's fluctuating. That's the other thing. Like, just because I say take Anaheim, if the line drops, you need to hold off on them. Like, if I tell you to take them at 140 or better and the line drops to 120, then maybe they're not a play. So hold off. It's about getting the number when you can get the number, and not playing just because you like the pick type thing. Okay, so that's it for now. If you guys have any questions, hit me up on Twitter at ActionBackers. Comment below. Love the support. Really appreciate it, guys. It's been phenomenal in the last couple months growing with you. I know last year, some of you guys are still around from last season. Trying to take things to the next level this year, and the support's been amazing. So if you like, subscribe, tell your friends. And if you love betting on hockey, then let's talk more, because talk about hockey all day. And yeah, that's it. See you next one.